Jonnie, London 2012 gold medalist, London 2017 gold medalist. I think you've done the London double, my friend. How much sleep did you get last night?
I think about 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, it was a weird one. I haven't had something like that before in my life. I think, I was knackered by 3 o'clock and I tried to go to sleep, but I was just laying there kind of half asleep but half awake for about 4 hours, so couldn't move. I think it was something that I've been after since I knew that the World Championships are coming back here, so it's pretty cool.
I mean, let's go back to that start line. You hear the crowd roaring, your name's being called out. I mean, look, take me through what was going through your mind when you're just staring down that track.
For the final, just get to the finish line. I think, get to the finish line in one piece. I was praying, I don't do it very often, but, I think for that race in particular, it was just get me to the finish line in one piece and preferentially first.
I'm telling you, because to be honest with you, we look at you, we see it on the TV, on the big screen, we see your face, and it shows no nerves. Do you actually suffer nerves when you're standing there?
You know what? Yeah, not really on the start line. It's weird. Like when I came here, we got here on I think it was Thursday, and we came into the stadium, and I was so nervous. Just sitting there, and we were doing a press conference here, and my heart was beating, and I haven't been that nervous before a championships ever. But then the closer it gets, the less nervous I get. I did a warm-up the day before, and I think that really settled me. And then I think on the day I was a little bit anxious, probably rather than nervous before the heat. But then I think after the heat, for me, it's as long as I know where I'm at and where everyone else is at, I can make judgments. And problem is before that, it's just kind of not in the know. So after the heat, I was nice and relaxed, and it's just trying to go through the process of being focused. And I guess you're only really worrying about what you need to worry about at that point, and that's normally, technique or, and in my case, was the body going to hold together.
And then from that, and then you run 10:60, a new PB in your heat, and that must have felt really good just to get that out in front of that crowd.
Yeah, we had a great session in Paris the week before. I think all throughout the season I've been running really well. I think I'm running 1080s everywhere with 0 wins, which is equivalent to 10.6 highs, 10.7 lows, which was really good. And I was doing under load as well. I was making sure that I was in heavy training. I didn't peak or taper down at all this year until the championship. So I knew that I was in pretty good form, but the heat blew me away because there was 0 wind pretty much. I stopped running, I stopped pushing anyway at about 65 centimetres, and I still ran a PB. So I knew that I could have probably gone a lot quicker.
So we're saying you could have gone faster than that?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't normally like to put times on it, but this time I will because I can easily look at it, and with my coaches we've been able to delegate. I think if you added on a legal limit on the wind, so as a 0.3 wind, the legal limit you can have is a 2. That would have made just over a tenth worth of a difference in time. So that's about 10.54 with the exact same race process. And then if I had carried on pushing through the race, there's a good chance it probably could have been sub 10.50, which has always been a goal of mine. So I do look back and wish, maybe I should have just carried on pushing. But then, I think, if you run that fast in the heat, I probably would have been broken for the final.
I mean, you mentioned that once you knew the champs were coming to London in 2017, that you was pushing for it. I mean, how much sacrifice have you had to make over the last 5 years to prepare yourself for today?
So obviously, this has obviously been a big goal of mine for a few years. I kind of been looking at it, and obviously I missed Doha because of injury, which was a massive shame. So from then on, decided that Rio in 2017 we were really going to go for, and I was moved to my previous coach Dan Paff, back with him and with the help of Michael Kamel in about March last year, April. So we only had about 6 months worth of work before Rio, and we still finished off the season really strongly, ran well in Rio. But this year, I had 18 months under the program, so I knew that I was in good form, and I guess it was just. It was something that was definitely focused on and focused for, but I think knowing that I'd had 18 months in the build-up with those coaches was just a massive confidence boost.
So you've achieved, let's say, all you've set out to achieve on the track. I mean, what's next for Jonnie Peacock?
I don't know. I think in terms of my personal goals, I've kind of completed them now. For me, the ones that really meant something to me would have been 2012 and 2017. You know, if you ask me now, right now what my favourite medals, it would definitely be those two. You know, I love Rio, you know, I love Leon, and even the Euros, you know, in both in Swansea. And actually, yeah, I guess we've got 3 home medals now, actually, everything at a European level as well. So I've kind of got a nice set, and I guess, yeah, I just maybe, I don't know, see, maybe we'll add to it in the future.
I was going to say that. Are we going to see you in Tokyo 2020?
I hope so, yeah. I would love to be there, you know. I definitely don't fancy retiring fully yet. And, you know, I'm only 24 years old, so, you know, I should have a good few years left in me yet, perhaps even 2024, you know. So that could be, I think, in Paris or LA, so that'll be cool as well. So I definitely want to hit them. But, yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. Give me a year mental break, and then I'll probably come back ready to fight again.
Fair enough. And lastly, I'm asking everyone this: if there's a young Jonnie Peacock sitting in the crowd, I mean, what advice would you give them to help inspire them to get into the sports?
Just enjoy yourself. You know, really enjoy yourself. Find something that you love, and just run away with it. You know, that's what I did. I love training. I love competing. You know, it's not very often I turn up to training, you're not ready for it. You know, every time I get there, I love it. You know, it's such an enjoyment thing. So I think if anyone finds what they love and they're good at it, then just keep doing it.